Let's go to lesson 15. And one of the last slides. Can you see it? Is this big enough? All right. Okay, so what are your assignments?
There's 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 12.
1, 2, 3, 5?
5, yeah.
And 10, 12.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, and let's deal with other other exercise, which are not your assignment. All right. I do like to ask Ami to read number 3.
3.
Before we start, once again, I want to give you as a simple reminder that you are going to take 3 different kinds of quizzes through Zoom, and it's going to be individual test. So oral test. Number 1, Hebrew reading. So as I just ask Army to read one Hebrew sentence, I'm going to show you maybe 6 or 7 sentences, and you need to read it. So I will check the accuracy and then fluency. So although it is accurate, but you are not supposed to read like man. So another person, correct, but fluency is important. But although fluency is important, you can just say, well, when I was hard was okay. It's like it sounds like speaking in tongue. So you need to really pay attention to it. So that's one. And then also you are going to take your vocabulary quiz. What I'm going to do is the way I'm showing a slide, I'm going to prepare some slides of Hebrew word. So one slide will contain one word. So seeing the slide for one Hebrew word, you're going to let me know the meaning. So you need to start memorizing it, and you cannot really take a long time for one word. Okay, that's the second quiz, and then last one will be grammar. So I'm going to ask you about some grammatical aspect, and you need to let me know as much as possible. That's it. Okay, do you have any question regarding quizzes? I haven't decided the date for the quizzes, but last time because of my personal situation that I wasn't feeling well, so we missed one class. So I'm thinking of using this specific missed session for the quiz. So in order for me to cover our class, which is about 18 people, then I still need how many minutes? 180 minutes, taking 10 minutes for one person. So somehow it's gonna be more than enough to cover the missed session. Is that clear? All right. And please feel free to ask if you have any question, okay? So don't be shy that you are asking me a lot of questions. All right. Ami, I think
Yes.
I gave you enough time to practice on this. Perhaps you're busy looking at this, okay?
Yeah.
Ami, go ahead.
Yeah. 바이오아멜 파르오 아노키 아시라 에토켄.
Okay, one more time.
바이오아멜 파르오 아노키 아시라 에토켄.
Okay. I'm sorry about the location of vowel pointing. I think I need to correct it. But anyway, let me just make sure about the vowel pointing. Yeah, so it was wrong. Actually, the sego is not supposed to be here. Sorry, my apology. Must be here. So if you look at your textbook, that's better. And paruho is right. Anoki is right. Shalak is right. And then this one is right at Kim. So yeah, but I don't know why I have one more dot here. But and then this sego should be under Alep. All right. So this one, Ami, it should be, what is it? Would you pronounce it again?
bio
Mm-hmm.
mel.
Yes. It's always vayo, not it's o, because uh, the yod makes one more sound, which is a y. So it's y o. So it becomes yo. Vayo mer. Vayomer. You did a good job. And is this silent or vocal?
Silent.
Ami? Silent.
Silent.
So it's a par, o, right? You did a good
Yes.
job. Anoki. So what do you mean by anoki?
I.
All right, this is the IPP, independent personal pronoun, meaning I, ani, anoki. Those two words are I. And we have shalak and at kim. So Ami, let me ask you this question. You did a good
Yes.
job. How many verbs do you think we have here?
Two.
Two. Good job. What is the first one?
Amal.
Amar. Where?
After verb conversive.
Okay, so you think this is a verb. Uh-huh. And
Yes.
then where is the second one?
Ashera.
Ashera.
Shalak.
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 So this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job. Let's just parse it. The first one. The first one. Okay, we are working on this. So what is the first one for your analysis table? Root.
Roots are amal.
All right. So mar. Go ahead. What is next?
Kal.
Okay, stem. You said kal.
Yes.
Why?
No dagesh.
All right. Good job. What is next? After stem.
After stem. 3MSG.
No. Before that, that's PGN.
Prefix.
Yes. What is it? Prefix. Under.
And
Form. All right. I'm asking
yes.
you about form. Okay. Form is. The form is.
Prefix.
Yes. Prefix. Prefix. Go ahead. And then you said PGN.
PGN 3MSG.
3MSG because of the yod. And then
Special future.
special future.
Verb conversive.
Verb conversive.
And meaning.
Yes. Lastly, meaning.
And he said.
And he said. Right. Good job. Do you have any question, students? No? Then let's move on for the second. I mean, you're doing a good job. Okay, one more time. Roots.
Shalak.
Okay, shall. Lak. And
stem, peel,
stem, pl. Why?
dagesh.
Right. You can see dagesh. Go ahead.
Yes. Form, prefix,
Form, prefix, because of what?
a.
Yes, Aleph. Right. So what does Aleph indicate in terms of PGN?
1CSG,
1CSG. Yeah, you're doing a good job. Go ahead.
special future,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Okay. None.
meaning,
Meaning.
I will send,
Right. You did a good job. I will send. Okay. First of all, what do you mean by 1CSG? 1CSG is I. And then what about the tense for prefix form without verb conversive? Then that's future tense because prefix with verb conversive is the past tense. So without verb conversive, then it becomes future tense. So I will, and the meaning of the word shalak in the PS stem is to send. Right?
yes,
Do you have any questions, student? No?
Sir,
Oh,
is it
I'm sorry.
shalat or shallah?
who's asking me the question?
Yeah, this is Paul.
Okay, yeah. This is a
Is
shalak.
it shalak?
Yeah. Yeah. The sound is coming from your lip. The khat, khat. Yeah, shalak. Okay.
This I think this is a hat.
Yeah, it's not he, khat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lak.
yeah, right. So the K sound is coming from your deep throat. So it's really hard. And you're right. Sometimes it may sound like K sound, shalak. But when you say k, then k is just coming. Wait a minute. Yeah. So the sounds must be coming from your deep throat. So, shalach, shalach.
Shalach.
Yeah.
Shalach.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So any other question, Paul?
I don't have, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, can I ask a question,
Sure.
Felicia? Yeah, two really. One, doesn't it strengthen in the peel stem? Mean something stronger than send? Is it like send away?
Okay.
And the
You're asking me about the meaning of
yes,
the word in the PS stem.
yes.
Okay. And then
And also in our vocabulary list for each of the verbs, will it always give every stem that's possible for that verb? Because I've noticed some in the book which they don't show on the vocabulary list, but in the back of the book they have different stems.
right, right. In fact, your vocabulary doesn't, provide us all the meaning that are differently used in the various stems. So when we are studying about the stem, then it's important for us to understand what it means by the specialized meaning, especially for different stems other than any stems other than kal. So we need to deal with the characteristic of each stem, like PL is normally used to intensify the meaning, which is not always used in that manner. So you need to really start memorizing the vocabulary, and you cannot really apply the idea that PL always intensify the meaning of the word. Sometimes, like dabar, it's always dabar, speak, to speak. So we can see that it has nothing to do with intensifying even the verb, the meaning of the verb, but it generally works that way. So in this case, if we really want to highlight the meaning of the PS stem, then send it away, something like that. So that is gonna be the probably the different meaning, slightly different, from the original count meaning here, but I don't see, the real difference here. And regarding the second question, in fact, if you look at your vocabulary list, that is even simplified version of a meaning. So if you have one verb and then that is only for P, then it's most likely that the vocabulary is normally used in the P stem. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it is always coming for P. And then sometimes you have one word that is which meaning is given in the ka stem, but you can expect the word to be used even in other stems. So we are going to talk about different types of stems in Hebrew too. So I think I don't think we are going to deal with other stems in Hebrew 1. So whenever we are dealing with other new stems, then you need to pay attention to the differentiated in the meaning of a word, which is used in other stems. Amos, did you say something?
No, no, no. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So yeah, here, if you really want to highlight, according to your vocabulary, can you see the difference between Kal Shalak and Pierre Shalak? Do you remember anything? Okay, then always good for you to check your vocabulary list. In fact, the vocabulary list that you have in your textbook is different from what I gave you. I think what I gave you is the first edition, and then you are using the second edition of your textbook. So when you look at it, the vocabulary is a bit different. I'm going to teach you how to use your vocabulary parts in your textbook. If you have your textbook with you right now, just turn with me to page 425. In fact, in terms of a vocabulary list, you have two parts there. The first one is you need to know where the verbs are. So you need to really start with page 425 in order for you to know where it is. Because if you pay attention to the meaning of all the vocabulary from page 388, you have a lot of words. 388, that is your vocabulary list containing the meaning of each word. But you cannot really start with page 388 onward. Why? Because you don't know where you can find the verb. Because you cannot take a look at number 1 to 200, So you need to know which number it is. So in that case, you need to look at page 425 and trying to find the meaning of shalak. Then where do you need to go? You need to see where it is, because this one is alphabetically ordered. Okay. So, and that's why you need to remember the orders of alphabet. 알렙, 베기, 메달렛, 헤밥, 사인, 헷, 해, 요, 갑, 라멧, 맴, 눈, 사메, 아인, 페, 짜데, 곱, 레, 신, 신, 사. Good job. So shin, shin is almost last one, and then you need to go there. And where can you see it? Shalak. Page 429. And to the right side, and number 48, the second one from the top. Did you see that? Shalach.
Yes, sir.
Right. Then what number is that? 48. And go back to page 393. 393, where you can see 48. And you have shalak. there. So here, it's good that it was pointed out about the meaning of he stem. The general meaning in the ka stem is he sent. All right, and then you can even see a example of a prefix form. So what uh, may it look like when the word shalak is used together with a prefix form, and you have there yod and shalak and vav conversive and shalak, right? So this is giving you an example of how those words, I mean, how this word can be attached to prefix form. Excuse me. Ah, all right. And then last one is PS stem. Oh, sorry. Every morning it's allergic. Okay. So in the PS stem, the meaning is slightly different. So you can see that the meaning is what? He cast out. But even in the PS stem, it could be used slightly differently. So what you really need to do is to start using your lexicon. Let me show you something here. So anyway, this is how you're going to use your vocabulary list. Is that clear? So then talking about this, I think this is really right time for us to deal with this. Let me just quickly turn on something here. Actually, I'm using Bible Works. Let me teach you how to use your software. And then this is Exodus chapter 8:24. Can you still see my yeah, Bible Works 8. And it's just really helping you a lot. I strongly recommend you to get this one. And it will help you with your Hebrew 3 and 4. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. It's a really powerful software, and it provides daily devotion and Baxter's daily life. What Bible Works provides is different kinds of materials, a lot of lexicons, and a lot of um, books. So here, the first one is Baxter's daily life. So I normally spend some time having devotion every morning. All right, and you can choose the display version of your translation. Okay, I normally divided this Bible software into three parts. The first one is a searching, and this part is a searching, and then this one is different versions of English translation. So I like BHT. Oh, by the way, BHT has something to do with transliteration. So it has all the sound. So it's like VL, Zidkia, so WL, Sidikia. So all the transliterations are there, but the way they translate it is a bit different from ours because sometimes they use wow instead of vav. So you need to Anyway, it's helping in terms of even Hebrew reading. And KJV, NAS, NIV, RSV, and Young's Literal Translation, which is YLT. That's why, and you have even all different kinds of English Bible here, even Hebrew and Greek. So I have WTT, which is a Hebrew Bible, and then I do have Greek Bible here. So you can compare it actually. One thing good about this Bible works is this. All right, this is Exodus, what is it, 20, Exodus 8. I need to go to Exodus 8 and verse 24. And he says, Vayomer Paro Anoki Shalak. So when you put your cursor on the word, then it quickly show you the simple breakdown of all those words. So it says Shalak. And then in Pua stem, the meaning is to be sent off. Okay. In Hebrew stem, it still means to send, kal, to send, defile, to be sent, pier, to send away. Can you see it? It's quite small. Can you see that?
Yes.
Oh my.
Oh.
All right. On the right side, I have different books. So if you put your cursor on it, you have all different sources. PDB, Brown Driver Briggs. This book alone is like how much? Maybe 80,000. I mean, no, 80 USD. Excuse me. So this book is really what is it? Expensive. And the BDB is the one of the most important lexicon. If you look at, and if you click on it, and then it will direct to you the specific page where you can see all the meaning of shalak. So it means the sand, and you go down, then you can see these are all the meaning, and you can see defile, okay, and then example here. So everything is provided in terms of a meaning. So you need to really take a look at those, materials for your further studies. So when it comes to the simple meaning of shalak, it's not really that simple because it is dealt with differently. So everything is here. And the one thing good about this program is, all right, let's say shalak, the first meaning is sent. And then the example is given here. So whenever you are wondering about the meaning of this word, then you can just place the cursor on the specific biblical reference, then you even can see the pop-up of the specific passage. So which is really amazing. You don't need to really use a lot of books. Everything is there. And then BDB alone is really expensive. So anyway, so everything is here. So let me just go to PSTEM and let me see what kind of meanings we have. It says number 4 in PSTEM, rarely send away. So the meaning is still send away, but it's not really commonly used. So you get the idea here. And then even in PSTEM, it can mean let loose. Where? Psalm chapter 5, verse 19. So everything is there. And then it's a really academic tool. So you can use it. And at the same time, if you are curious about other lexicon, and we have Holiday Hebrew and Aramaic lexicon of the Old Testament. So even you can look at how this book is dealing with shalak. So you can click on it and then you can get the meaning. So the meaning is in the cast stem is give free, play to, let go. And you have this one here. And send, let one go. So you can get different meanings of one word. So now, what I'm trying to say is when it comes to meaning of a vocabulary, then you are not supposed to be dependent on the simple meaning provided by the vocabularies. That is quite simplified. You need to start using those materials. And even we have Harry's theological word book of the Old Testament. According to this one, then it deals with very simple meaning. I send away, let go. So you can quickly catch, different types of meaning for the word shalak. So now, according to our study, the very quick one and brief one, and we know that it has the word has something to do with the meaning to send away, to let go. So you can quickly get some idea about the vocabulary. And it also has Jacinius Hebrew grammar. So it deals with advanced level of grammar. One thing amazing about this book is this. It deals with, actually, Exodus chapter 8, verse 24, deals with, let me see, in terms of grammar, it deals with PL and PUR, the imperfect and its inflection, use of the imperfect. In terms of the use of the imperfect, you have the specific reference. Whenever you have reference, that means you just click on it, you use the specific page where Exodus chapter 8 and 20, verse 24 is specifically used as an exemplary word in terms of use of the imperfect. So when you study about use of the imperfect, then which page you need to look at, because Exodus chapter 8 and 24 is specifically used for this. Click on it, and you will see that here. And this is the Jacinius, the thick book. And think this book is really, really expensive. So what I'm trying to say is this is really such a powerful weapon, I have to say. And can you see, even it said Exodus chapter 8, 24 here, you can just even look at it. Syntax of pronoun, the personal pronoun, and you see Exodus chapter 8, 24. But anyway, I'm not supposed to spend a lot of time for this, but forget it. Please go ahead. And even we have paradigm, so it provides all those important information. So in fact, Jacinius and Joan Murauka and Walter and O'Connor Introduction to Biblical Hebrew Syntax is what you are going to use for Hebrew 3 in terms of advanced grammar. So everything is here. So whenever I write my research paper or prepare my sermon, I normally use this because this has everything almost. Okay, so let's go back to the slide again. So I don't simply want to highlight the meaning of here stem, then we can say send away, as I said in the beginning. That's okay. But in the peer stem, we had another meaning there. What was it? According to our vocabulary list,
Send away.
send away. Did it say send away?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was
It
something
seems
different.
Cast out in your on your book there that we just looked at.
Cast out.
Yeah, that was in your book. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that one was different. Cast out.
Send forth or send away in our vocab list.
Yes. And then even this one, as we are dealing with this one, and then it indicates in PS stem, it can refer he cast out. So that is even, slightly different meaning in terms of the PS stem. So now, what we can say is this: it can even have different types of meaning even in the PS stem. So you need to really study it, and you have to make your text. Okay, have different meanings: cast out and sent away. Okay, so but since we are dealing with this one according to our vocabulary list, then we can just perhaps choose the meaning of send away. Is that clear? So Pierce, what I'm trying to say is, um, you can find a lot of meanings even in a word depending on the stems, and even for one stem you may be able to find various meaning. So you cannot be dependent on a simple meaning there. But according to our vocabulary list, I think it's okay for us to say it means to send away. Okay, so then let me move on.
Thank you, sir.
All right, here, Ami. Sorry, it took us so long. Where are you, Ami? Oh, Ami.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what is your final translation then?
Oh, and Pharaoh said, I will send away you.
Good job. You had enough time when we are busy. So good for you. All right, so you said Pharaoh. King Pharaoh is the real subject. So, and Pharaoh said, Anoki. So it is, what is it? The direct speech. So you need to put the translation into the quotation mark. All right. Sorry, guys. It seems like the sound is not good today. So on and off.
Yes, great.
Sometimes
This is just a problem. Okay. Anyway, if you couldn't understand me, just let me know. Okay, I will repeat. Okay. But anyway, you don't need to really pay attention to what I was talking about regarding Bible works. But the point was, you can find many meaning for one word. Okay, sometimes the meanings are totally different from each other. So you need to know how to use your lexicon dictionary. All right. But anyway, talking about the meaning of shalak in the PS stem, you can say to send away. If you really want to highlight the meaning of PS stem. Okay. So this one is IPP, independent personal pronoun, which means I. And this aleph is prefix pronoun, indicating one, C, SG, which means I. So you have two I. So Ami, even without anoki, you can still say, I will send you away. Then how are you going to highlight the meaning of anoki? In fact, this is Exodus. So we believe that it is written by Moses. Moses didn't use the word anoki. If we wanted to simply say, will send you away, then why is that we have anoki here? Because aleph, the prefix pronoun itself is enough. Then why do you need to have anoki here? Ami,
Yes.
do you understand my question?
No. Sorry. One more, please. One more
All right.
time. Yes.
Anoki means I,
Yes.
and then aleph here means I.
Mm.
We don't need this anoki actually,
Oh.
because aleph simply means I. So without anoki, it means I will send away. Am I right? Are you following
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Well, we have I. Then are you going to simply say I will send away? I think we need to and need to put the literal translation. By the way, there were several students who chose smooth English translation for last Friday, the quiz taken last Friday. What I ask you is to put literal translation, although sometimes it doesn't make sense in English. So in order for you to put the better English in terms of its meaning and sense, then I still want you to put the literal translation into parentheses so that I will understand it. Oh, my students are understanding the grammatical or the vocabulary, aspect. Is that clear? But anyway, so what is your translation here then? I think we need to put I. So we need to put like this. And Pharaoh said, I, I will send you away. I mean, I want you
Yes.
to put I 2 times. But in English, we will probably better use I, myself, or
Mm-mm.
we need to emphasize it by putting do. I will do send away. So somehow, when we can see the presence of an independent personal pronoun together with the prefix pronoun, they are referring to the same subject, then you need to emphasize it. So if you put the translation like, and Pharaoh said, I will send you away, then I cannot see your translation of Anoki. Then that is something important. Why do you need to have translation, English translation? Sometimes they don't really highlight the presence of independent pronoun. So in this case, you need to intentionally highlight what was highlighted by Moses. So Moses intentionally highlight the subject 2 times. I. So actually, it is Moses speaking, but Moses is describing what was spoken by Pharaoh. Am I right? So what you can see here is this. If you really read Hebrew Bible, then it doesn't sound like, and Pharaoh said, I will send you away. No. Moses is emphasizing the fact that Pharaoh was somehow really emphasizing what he really wants. All right. I will do send you away because he was, panicking. Are you following me? So this is something that you can see differently when you study biblical Hebrew. So it's a very simple, word, but that is carrying different nuance in a sense. Are you following me? Is that clear? So
Yes.
whenever you see that you have IPP, it doesn't mean that whenever you have a IPP, then you always highlight the meaning. No, when the IPP is doubled by the subject of prefix or affix, then that is doubling of the subject, then you need to emphasize it. Okay? So in fact, without anoki, it still carries the idea that, Pharaoh is saying, hey, I will send you away. But it is PL stem, somehow intensified meaning, number one. And then number two is doubling of the subject. So it's a double emphasis. Hey, I will do, send you away. Are you following me? Okay. So,
Question.
yeah.
The last word that is spelled Aleph, Tav, Kaf, and Mem.
Mm-hmm.
The last word. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
the Aleph, Tav, isn't that with or near?
Sorry, what did you say?
Isn't the Aleph and Tav, isn't that with, near?
Oh,
Doesn't
no,
that
no,
mean
that's
with
different
or
word.
near?
You have the word at. Actually, at, the first one, the first meaning of at is DDO, definite direct object marker. So it carries the real object.
Yeah.
So what do we mean by cam? This is what? To M?
You.
Yes, PL. So it's not
Oh.
singular you, but you guys, you. So this one is DDO, definite direct object marker. And I think you're talking about another Hebrew word et, right? And we have another et. But here, it's very obvious because of the presence of can. This is DDO, definite direct object marker. Well,
Yeah. I
so are you
thought it
following
meant
me?
with you.
No, this one doesn't mean with. This one is definite direct object marker, which has no meaning, but it has a function to carry the real object. So when you have at, it gives you the idea that, all right, the following word is the object. So cam is the object. So you don't need to put any meaning because you simply use the following word as an object. Do you
Oh.
understand, FL?
The object of send.
Yes. So send
Okay.
you. That's
That's,
it.
yeah, send you.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for the question. So that's it. Do you have any further question regarding number 3, Exodus chapter 8:24?
Pastor, can we translate as I myself send away?
Yes. Yeah, that's okay. So I myself or I will do. Actually, I think your choice is better in terms of the carrying the meaning of anoki. Right.
How about surely, sir?
Yeah, surely will be accepted too. I will surely. Yes. So what I really want to see is the emphasis. Okay. So this is quite important. I think for your assignment and the quizzes, I think when you have an independent personal pronoun and it is used together with prefix form or affix form, then it is the doubling of the subject, then you have to emphasize it. All right. It's not always.
Sir,
FL?
the name Pharaoh, the name of Pharaoh is there, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it would be Pharaoh will send you away. He
Okay.
emphasized himself, Pharaoh.
Okay. All right. FL, I don't want to say you're totally wrong because you are becoming a Hebrew scholar already. But if you pay attention to this, then in fact, the order of Hebrew is what? Verb and subject. Not always, but generally speaking. So in terms of the location of Pharaoh, actually it serves the preceding verb. So Pharaoh is describing Amar, not Shalak. In terms of our
Okay.
knowledge, common sense. And then depending on the context, that's for sure. But if you think, oh, Pharaoh must be used in that sense, go ahead. But what is your evidence? That is the most important thing. So when you are studying Hebrew language, I want to say, yeah, don't simply rely on the previous understanding of your English version or translation. If you can see any possibility and think about it and argue for that, if you can come up with a new idea, then it will be amazing. You know, I will be really proud of you. So start doing this. That's good. So here, very straightforward. But in order for you to argue for that, then you need very solid and concrete evidence for that. Okay. If you don't have any question, then let me move on. All right. So number 5. Is it your assignment?
Yes, sir.
Then I need to move to number 6. Is this yours? I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay,
No.
let me quickly do this. As you can see that we have shalak again. And then this is actually time ending. Sorry.
Then
The point is quite confusing. It's the book, all right? So that you will not be confused with the PowerPoint thing. Right. It's not supposed to be like this. The ending is tem. So everything is mixed up there. So ve shilachtem. Okay. So it's tem ending. So this tem is the specific ending for a fixed form, indicating what PGN. Come on, what PGN?
2 MPL.
2 MPL.
Right. Ah, ta, tu, ti, u, tem, nu. So u refers 3 CPL. So since we have only common for third person plural, so tem is directly moved to second person. So it's not third person feminine singular. So don't be confused, okay? For the affixed form. So this is 2 MPL, which means you. So what is it? Let's do this. Shalak, root letters are shalak, stem, PL, because of
Affix form.
form, affixed form.
Affix form.
Good. And then 2 MPL.
PL. And you saint.
PGN. Special feature.
Verb conversion. Verb conversion.
This. Verb reversive.
Verb reversive.
Verb reversive. So when you have verb used together with a fixed form, then it is verb reversive. The opposite of verb conversive. All right. Verb conversive is always used for prefix form. Verb reversive for affix form. Okay. And then the function is to change the tense. So a fixed form without verb reversive is past tense. So verb reversive must mean future tense. So the translation, special feature is verb reversive, and the meaning is you and
You will send. And you will send.
And,
So
and you will
Adele,
send.
okay, you are going to send something
And
away.
you
So
will
what is the
send.
something here? Then we have at again. The definite, direct, object, marker. So at has no meaning at all, but simply carrying the object. What do you mean by hold there?
He, him,
Him.
Yes, 3M SG,
SG.
pronominal suffix, so meaning him. So
Him.
sending what?
Him.
Sending him away. So you will send him away.
And
Okay. And then what is this? Root letter is halak. Stem? Let me know. Stem?
walk.
Kal. Form?
affix.
affix,
Affix.
form.
Doing good job. Affix.
Affix.
PGN?
3, 3
MSG. MSG.
3MSG. Fresh picture?
Verb reversive.
Verb
Reversive.
reversive. Meaning?
He will
And?
go.
And he will go.
Halak. Yeah. And he
He
will
will
go
go.
or he will walk. So the translation is, final translation, and you will send him away.
And
And he
He will
will
go.
go. Good job. Do you have any question here? Okay.
No.
Number 7. Um,
7 didn't do that one.
all right. Sharon, would you read?
7.
예. 캐콜 하드바림 하엘렉 우케콜 해하존 하제 켄 디벨 나탄 엘 다비드.
Okay, you did a good job except one thing. Is this vocal or silent?
silent.
Why?
파타 is short. vocal because of 나게시 포르테.
Right.
예.
All right, right.
하데바림. 예.
So it's vocal because of
하데바림.
dagesh birthday. Ha the body.
데바림. Yes.
Okay.
예.
So actually it's not ha, but should be hat because it's dagesh forte. So hat the body. Hat the body.
핫바림. Yes.
Okay.
예.
Ha ele u
캐.
kekol he khazon. I think this is new vocabulary. If you pay attention to the meaning given by your textbook, it is a new vocabulary meaning vision. Okay, actually, let me just do this first. The new vocabulary is khajon, not he khajon. So in fact, ha with the sego is another form of definite article he. It's important. Please pay attention to me. When it comes to the form of definite article he, then what do you normally expect? He and what? Pata and dagesh. Do you remember this? But sometimes the dagesh cannot come because of the following resh or guttural letter. So when the dagesh cannot come, so we are expecting a lengthening. So pata becomes kamet. So in terms of the form of definite article he, and you need to start with he 바타, 다게시. And at the same time, 해 and comet without dagesh. Now, you are learning another form of definite article 해. Why is it that we have a sego? Because of the presence of khat. So somehow it affects the vowel point and it becomes sego. So now, do not ask too much question. Just accept it as it is. Like you need to make room. All right, when it comes to definite article 해, okay, the general form is 해, 하타, 다게시, plus two more. What is it? Okay, sometimes it comes with together with comets when the guttural letter is following. And another one is, okay, 세골 even can be the form of definite article 해. And it has something to do with ket and sometimes I'm. But do not try to memorize it. Just to be flexible and understand, oh, it can come with 세골 too. Then that's okay. All right. So this one is vision. And what vision? The vision. Okay. I think there is something that we need to pay attention to here. We have ha, ha, je, 하제. Je means what? Je, jotu, hu, he, ele, hem, hen. Let's do this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Je, jotu, hu, he, ele, hem, hen. So, je is the first word indicating masculine singular. And then it means this.
This.
Why is it ha? Definite article, he. So this one is taking definite article he. And this one is taking definite article he. So do you remember something here? I think this is what we are talking about yesterday. In terms of
Prement.
yeah, the usage of adjective, attributive adjective, and predicate adjective. Attributive adjective modifies, directly modifies the noun. So in order for the adjective to be attributive, it should satisfy three things. There must be an agreement of gender, number, and definiteness. So this one is a gender, masculine, and chazon is masculine word. And this one is a singular, and chazon is a singular. Right, because you cannot see the specific plural ending at the end. That's why it is singular. So masculine, singular. So gender, number. And what about definiteness? The. So it satisfies, it meets all the requirements of attributive adjective. Then the translation is what? Just modify it. So this vision. What about this? Elle, hem, hen. It's the same. Now you have definite article here, definite article here, and elle is what? Masculine or feminine plural. And this one, im ending is masculine plural ending. So now, this elle, we can know that, oh, this one is not feminine, but masculine. Okay, so we can see that the agreement is there for gender, number, and definiteness. So another form of attributive adjective. So these modifying this. So what is your translation? These tabarim words. Words. Right? Tabar is word. Tabarim is words.
Words. Plural.
Yes, plural. So then what is our translation? And, not and, ke is what? Yeah, it has a lot of meaning. So I think this one, maybe you need to put according to would be the best translation. therefore, because, that, according to, you know. So in this case, it, according to would be better. So according to all of the here, okay, because you are using these, right? So according to all these words. What is this?
Yeah.
That's another form of verb conjunction. Don't panic. Take it as a conjunction. So, and according to all this vision. Can means thus. So we have dabar. Is this noun or verb?
Verb.
Why?
Verb.
Because of the
Because of
presence of dagesh.
dagesh. Yes.
Dog is barking.
According to these
Where
words,
is it?
Sharon.
Is it Sharon's?
Yeah.
Oh, Sharon, I need to mute you. Sorry. Oh, now silent. Dog is silent now. Sorry, the dog barking sounds, you know, coming in. All right, let me finish this one. So this one is dabar and PS stem, a fixed form. You cannot see any specific ending. So 3 MSG, non special feature, meaning he spoke. Good. You think this one is a verb, but in order for this one to be verb and car, this one is not kamet. This one should be pata. Do you remember the vowel pointing of a fixed form, especially car? 3 message of fixed form indicates, carries all those, the name sound, car. So the first vowel point under the first root letter was kamet. And then it should be pata, if this one is a Hebrew verb. But it's not Hebrew verb. It is name, Nathan.
So it is a pata in the book.
Is it?
Yeah, in the book it's a pata.
What is it?
Yeah.
Let me see. Number 7. Oh.
And you said line
Okay.
1.
To David.
Yeah, you're right. I think this is a bit confusing. Let me go back. Let me just quickly check Bible works. But anyway, let me just come back to you. Since we don't have enough time, let me just finish this one. I will just give you another explanation on this, the difference between Hebrew. But anyway, this one is coming after the bar. So the subject of the verb normally follows the verb. So actually this one is the name Nathan. So the meaning is, thus Nathan spoke to David. So that is the translation. But as we are dealing with the question about the difference between Hebrew verb Nadan and then the Nadan, I think I need to get back to you after checking. I thought this one is Kametz. My apology, but I will get back to you on this after double checking. So tomorrow you are going to deal with lesson 16 and you will take another translation quiz on Friday. So what is really important regarding lesson 15 is about the usage of attributive adjective and predicative adjective. And then we were also talking about PL form in terms of affix and prefix. And we need to pay special attention to the presence of some verbs which are middle guttural letters. And in that case, we are not supposed to put always ka whenever we cannot see the dagesh in the middle. So that is something that we need to pay attention to. In that case, we always need to double check whether or not we have lengthening in the preceding vowel point. I think that is the most important part of the lesson. So please just take a review and then be ready for your new another translation quiz on Friday. Okay, so I will get back to you on the usage of nadan tomorrow. All right? Okay, gonna see you tomorrow.
sir.
Okay?
Sir. So
Yeah, Ethel.
quiz will incorporate up to the quiz will incorporate up to lesson 16.
Yes, on Friday.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Okay, then I'll study that.
No,
Thank you,
no assignment
sir.
today, sir?
No, Simon.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
See you
Jesus.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sir June. God bless.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.